morning. Welcome to Two Tall Stitchers. This is episode 63. We are delighted you're here. I'm Carol, and this is my daughter, Jennifer. And we thought we'd film because we were on schedule. And also, next week's going to be a really busy week with Thanksgiving and family here and everything. So we wanted to make sure we caught up with you today. So welcome. If you're new, we hope you stick around and subscribe and like. It helps our demographics, or whatever they call them. Algorithms. Yeah, you know, I'm not literate. and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. And we've enjoyed being with all of you. So on that start, let's talk about the quilt of the day.
Yeah, so this is my quilt. I finished this up at the retreat I went to last month.
Yeah.
It's still November, so it was last month. We have a few more days left. The quilt pattern is called Moda Love, and it was a pattern put out either in 22 or 23. Or I don't know actually when it was put out, but it got popular around then. And the way it's written is you can use a charm pack or a layer cake. Charm packs are 5-inch squares, layer cakes are 10-inch squares to make this quilt. And you had the challenge, your bee, I think, had the challenge to make this quilt.
I was gonna say, didn't I make one?
I think so.
I did.
Yeah, you did. You did. We've shown it a while back. So you can look at our little thumbnails and go way back and you'll see hers, I think.
Who doesn't remember what it looks like?
Yeah. So I decided that I wanted a quilt to hang in my living room after the holidays. Because you know, when you take down everything from Christmas, then it looks like your house is super bare. And so I decided to do these colors because I think they kind of say winter to me, like the icy blues and the teals and the little pop of purple in the middle. And instead of using a charm pack, I cut this all from my stash. So I had a lot of batik. These are all batiks. All the colors are batik fabrics. I had a lot of them that were small pieces, so I could easily cut a 5-inch square. I cut into some new pieces and just had a really good time. It went together pretty quickly. And I quilted it with kind of an all over meandering feathers. And this will go on our wall in January.
It's really pretty.
It's a little wall size. It was fun. And then I had this great fabric for the back it's also batik. It's very light gray with very light blue trees on it and silver snowflakes.
Stars or snowflakes, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was the perfect back for it. So that's our quilt of the day.
Yes.
And for those of you, I think I've talked about this before. I do the American Patchwork and Quilting UFO Challenge.
Really?
I do.
You're still doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. They've stopped drawing numbers every month. The way this works is they drew a number and you worked on that quilt, but I still do it. I just pick something to work on. And so this is number 7, and you can see it's my 3rd check mark for the year. So in November, we got to 3 finishes. You're supposed
That's why
to
I was
do one
surprised, because you're not quilting that much.
No.
And I was like, really?
I finished 3. I've made progress on 1 because I finished the top. I've worked on my reindeer crossing.
The top one.
There's more coming. We're close on a couple, so I'll get a couple more knocked off before the end of the year. So that's our quilt of the day.
Yeah.
Life updates.
Life updates.
You have a visitor.
Yes, we do. My oldest grandson, Andrew, is here. I don't know if he'll stick his head in over the rail. Just say hi. Where is he? Here he comes.
Here he comes.
He comes. Just stick your head in the corner. Oh. There he is.
He just got out of the shower.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to show the rest of you.
Yeah.
He just came back from a 7-mile run, so he took a shower, but that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came on Thursday night, and he is here until next Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm taking a mortgage out on the house to feed him. He eats a lot.
Yes.
A lot. And then
22-year-old boy.
Yep. On Tuesday night, my son and his wife are coming with their other 2 boys, and then there's also Jack. Jen is not a big eater, but between the 4 boys, oh boy,
you'll be fine.
Costco and Target, Meijer, they're all gonna love me.
Yeah.
I've already been to Cork Target and Costco, and I don't even have the turkey yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, Andrew's here, and it's really exciting. It's fun to see him. He has graduated from college, and he now has a real job, and he lives in Golden, Colorado. And so he's doing a bunch of traveling for work and stuff, and it's really neat. He's here.
Yeah.
So, and he can also work remotely. So he worked yesterday, and then he's going to work Monday and Tuesday. So, yeah, it's really fun because we don't get to see him very often.
Yeah.
Because they're in Maryland, and we're here.
Well, and he's been in Colorado for college.
Yeah, he's
for
been
the
in
last
college.
4 years. Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, Andrew's here. So that's really exciting.
I've been busy at work. I took a new position, same company, but new position about a month and a half ago, and the official transition happens this weekend. So it's been a very busy time.
Hellacious is the word.
Of working myself out of my old job and into my new job. So you won't see as much progress from me as you usually do, because there have been several nights I'm just like way too tired to stitch, or I have to work on work stuff instead of sitting down and stitching. I mean, ugh.
And you've had some early morning meetings,
and I've
too.
had very early mornings as well.
Yeah.
So I've been going to bed. I've been trying to go to bed a little earlier.
The job has changed so that now she's just not working straight 8 to or 9 to 5. She's got some other hours that she has to put in.
Yeah.
Which have caused a disruption in her stitching and quilting schedule.
Yes, yes, but it'll all get adjusted. I'll be
okay.
back down to one job soon, and it's hard when you transition and you have 2 jobs. But back to one soon, and really excited about the new role. I'll just say I don't really talk about my work on here because I don't. But I work in human resources. That's enough.
Yep.
Okay, and this week we woke up to a surprise.
It wasn't a surprise. They said it was coming.
Yeah.
They said we were going to have a boatload. We had, an rowboat full, not a big boatload.
Not a cruise ship.
Yeah. We woke up Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And there was maybe that much, it wasn't a lot. And then they said that, well, that's just the beginning. There's going to be a big hit this afternoon. Well, guess what? They lied.
Well, they didn't totally lie, because I had to clean off my car when I came out of work.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't get to park in the parking garage anymore. So, but we picked Andrew up Thursday night, and I was really concerned about going to the airport because they were saying how it was going to be such heavy snow. The roads were just wet. The snow was almost gone. Yeah. When I picked him up, he's like, "Where's the snow?" This is the kid who just had like 10 inches. He sent me a picture out his front door, and he had snow up to here.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
just
Colorado. Wait, we'll find some.
Yeah, yeah. But it's nice and cool. I think we're going to warm up a little bit in the next couple of days,
in
and
the
then
40s.
It'll be cool again. So.
And it's it's all gone.
All gone, but that's okay. Gone. We'll have more, I'm sure.
Yeah, Cindy was relieved.
Yeah.
She walked out that first morning like, okay, because we really haven't had much snow. So, yeah. So anyway, that was exciting, and I'm happy, and I want more. What can I say?
Yeah. All right, well, we'll jump into questions. We had a question for you, which works out very well the week before Thanksgiving in the U.S. And for Canadians who've already had Thanksgiving, we asked what you're thankful for, and we got just some great answers. There were some that were a surprise to me, and a lot that are things that I think we feel too. So we had a tie for the top 2. We had 26. Oh, and I'll say, if you mention multiple things, I counted them all. So we had fewer people than the numbers here.
Yeah.
Because some people mentioned more than one. The top 2, or the tied for number 1, people are thankful for their stitching friends. Not a surprise at all. Some in person, some online, some relatives, some friends for a lifetime, some people that you've met at retreats or other stitching days. But overall, everybody is thankful for their stitching friends. And we are too. We have some great stitching friends.
Some great friends.
And then the other thing that had 26 votes was Flosstube. So, and I kind of grouped into that. A lot of people said the stitching community and this community. And I think it's just, it's something that we really enjoy as well.
Yeah.
And we enjoy doing this, and we enjoy watching other Flosstubes and talking with people about stitching. So I agree. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Not far behind that, this is one that kind of surprised me, but I totally understand, was people who said they're just thankful to have this hobby and to be able to do stitching to help them stay calm, have joy, relax, have peace, get away from politics, have time to themselves. So just kind of that thankful for the hobby. So that was really nice that people really enjoy this hobby. And I think we both do too. I know if I go more than a couple of days without having an opportunity to stitch, like I just need that chance to sit down and relax. And sometimes it's not relaxing, but most of the time it is. When you stitch, you mean when you're ripping out? Yes. Yeah. I was laughing as I thought about that. Okay, and then we had a big jump down. So there were 8 people who were really thankful for things related to health that allow them to stitch. Mentioned in this were body, mind, hands, vision. A lot of people really thankful that they can see, or they have magnification that helps them see, that their hands are able to do the stitching, which I totally agree. I think that's so important. And I think doing this helps your mind stay fresh.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. 7 of you were really thankful for time to stitch. Most of those 7 people were retired and let me know. But just thankful, probably after long, busy working careers or raising kids, teaching, running families, whatever, to have a chance to spend significant amounts of time doing the craft that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And one person commented, I thought this was really neat, that it was a silver lining in COVID for her, that a lot of people mentioned coming back to stitching, but she really came back to stitching and had that time during that period because she wasn't doing other things that made stitching a part of her life again. So I really like that. Behind that, we have 6 people who said they appreciate just the variety of materials, patterns, the great designers who give us so many great things. Many of those people mentioned stitching 25 or 30 years ago, and a lot of teddy bears and houses and ducks. Oh yeah,
ducks. A lot of ducks.
So lots of variety now. Everybody can find something that they enjoy to stitch, and that's great. And lots of great fabrics and threads, etc. Oh,
I know when I started, it was basically DMC or Anchor. Yeah, and that was it.
On Ada.
Right. And you bought the tubes and that's what you stitched on. And there was a store in north of Houston in Old Town Spring that I used to go to, and another one on the kind of the west side north of Houston. But I don't remember having the variety that we have now.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe I'm more exposed to it as I've been stitching longer, because that was kind of early in my stitching career. But I also
feel like Stony Creek and Leisure Arts had a ton. Most places you went, Stony Creek and Leisure Arts probably made up 80% of the designs.
Alma Lynn was another one. And I mean, she did beautiful stuff.
Absolutely. And, they all had great stuff.
But those were, you didn't see.
But they kind of dominated.
Yeah. You didn't see the great variety that we have today. I mean, I just placed an order yesterday.
And guess what? I'm going to guess you ordered a little bit for yourself too.
Yeah,
of course.
But I did bring in some new stuff for the store that, it's like, okay, this is a newish designer and our stuff is sold well, so let's bring in more. And, Vicky's very good about giving me latitude.
Yeah.
I ordered a lot of stuff yesterday.
Well, that's a good one.
A lot of floss, yeah.
We'll go down to 5 votes, and one of those was for great shops. Yeah. People who have shops near them or travel to shops or can go to online shops and get what they want. Also, 5 people are thankful the person who taught them to stitch. Moms and sisters and friends were mentioned in that group. And 5 mentioned being thankful for travel and retreats, the ability to go other places, meet people, stitch together, or visit shops. And then we had 3 people who said what they're thankful is they can be creative, they can make beautiful things, they can give gifts to others. And we've done a lot of gift giving through our quilting, stitching, knitting, crochet, and I think we both agree with that. That's a big part of enjoying stitching. And then 2 people said they're not only grateful for stitching, it's because they have a lot of choice and a lot of crafts that they enjoy. So we do as well.
A lot of people that come in the store are multi-crafters.
Yes.
A lady came in yesterday, she did some Weaving. One lady came in and did weaving. Another one did like surface embroidery and stuff. And while we focus on needlepoint and cross stitch, we have a lot of specialty threads and everything. So they come in and pick those up to supplement for their work.
Right.
So yeah, that works pretty well. Yeah.
So thank you all. We're thankful for all of you, and thankful that you come back and watch us over and over again, even though we're crazy.
Yeah. And I think we're also thankful that we can sponsor our retreats.
Yes.
You know, you guys know we do 2 retreats a year, but it's been so much fun. We've met so many wonderful people from all over. I mean, people just don't come from Indiana. I mean, they come from far and wide. Yeah. And that's been wonderful. We've made some good friendships.
Absolutely.
And we see them, a lot of them we see twice a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is more than we see some of our family. They're kind of our pseudo family.
They are our stitching family.
Yes.
Okay, we'll jump into other questions. First of all, I just want to thank the couple of people who mentioned I missed a stitch on my reindeer vixen in the sled. I didn't even notice that.
You guys have such eagle eyes. It's unbelievable.
I love the eagle eye, and I plan to pull that out and start the next reindeer in December. So I will definitely look and get that stitch taken care of. Thank you, thank you.
I can't believe it. I mean, you know, we hold them up and everything, and then we get all these notes. And you missed this, or this is in the wrong place. It's like,
this is X's and crossed.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Not complaining at all.
Susan, hi. Susan is somebody we've met at our local cross stitch shop. Susan wants to know, what does FFO mean?
It means a fully finished object. It means you've stitched it, and then you've either sent it to the finisher or you've done it yourself, and you have it all done. You could give it away, or you could hang it, you can display it, you can enter it in the county fair, any of the above.
Yeah.
Any of the
fully
above.
Finished.
Fully finished.
Yeah.
Fully finished.
And UFO
is...
I think of UFO in the quilt world more than the cross-stitch world.
Here it's whips.
Yeah, here it's whips.
Which is works in progress.
And then UFO, which you'll hear me talk about probably sometimes in the quilt world, means, in my terminology, unfinished fabric object. So
okay. I never thought about I just call it unfinished object.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, there's an extra F in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, for me, that's like mostly quilt tops that haven't been quilted.
Yeah.
You have a lot of those too. And some that have been started.
I'm working my way through them.
You've been working your way through great this year.
Yeah.
Lorraine liked the spool patterns.
Oh, they're right down there. I've written down.
And asked who the designer was. And it is Threadworkor Primitives. Lorraine? I'm pretty sure these are still available. I don't know where.
On Etsy.
On Etsy.
I think on Etsy.
Okay. Threadworkor Primitives. So you can search for those.
Yeah, and that's one of the patterns. There's the snowman and...
Yeah, there were a whole bunch in there.
There's several others.
But they're all the same designer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you guys want to know how Jennifer gets so much done.
Yeah.
Don't ask this month.
Yeah.
Depends on your workload and what the kids are doing.
Right. And like last episode, I showed a lot because I was at retreat, and I'm like a machine at retreat. I get there, I sit down, and I go. I was actually telling Mom this year, without her there, I actually socialized a lot more than I usually do, because I was talking to a lot of people who were asking where she was and why she wasn't here, and telling me to say hi to her.
And you were FaceTiming, so I could say hi to people. And I was
FaceTiming. Yeah. So... yeah, I'm very focused when I'm at retreats because it is dedicated time, both stitching and quilting. I am not the chattiest person in the room, and I don't do much cooking. I can cook, but my husband is our primary cook. And
the best part is when Jack says, "You're cooking? Where's Dad?"
Yeah. My husband was gone all week. I had to cook all week, but we're good. Nobody got sick.
We had pizza last night. She didn't cook last night.
I know, I didn't cook the night before, but okay, I cooked a couple times this week. So that saves a lot of time. I do a fair amount of the cleaning in the kitchen after his cooking, but I don't spend a ton of time on my phone. I've tried intentionally to put the phone down and stitch instead of scrolling on the phone. And I try and make a little bit of time each weekend to either sit and stitch or go down to the basement and work on FFOs or quilt projects just to move things along.
Well, you do your Sunday morning stitching.
Yes, every Sunday morning I sit and watch CBS Sunday Morning and I stitch, and that's my favorite time in the week.
That's an hour and a half, so that's dedicated stitching time. So, and you don't call her during that time?
No, I don't answer my phone. No. So, we're not ready for that yet.
No.
Okay, Christy asked about Cork. You showed the Cork that you
Pat
bought.
asked what was the name of the shop for the retreat.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Pat, sorry. The retreat shops are in Shipshewana, Indiana, and one of them is Lolly's, which is in the Davis Mercantile, and the other one is Yoder's, which is in the Yoder's building.
And it's a department store that has shoes, and it's a hardware store. I bought Christmas presents up there, but they have underwear, and they have a great fabric selection. They do. We bought socks up there, and you know, it's a really all-around good store, but they've got a great fabric selection.
If you enjoy fabric shopping, Shipshewana is worth the trip.
Yeah. Because there's some other stores not too far away that you can go to. We've gone to. Yeah.
Okay, now we're up to Christy. Okay. She said she's not a quilter. What are you using Cork for? Because you showed your Cork purchase last time.
Yeah, maybe we'll, did I already show that? Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll insert some pictures of coasters I've made and key rings. And then I've also made these bags. And see, that's a cork bottom. And this is another one that's a different cork. Yeah. And actually, a lot of these came from Lolly's up in Shipshewana. Jennifer said they don't have them anymore, but they had kits where they provided everything, including the zipper and the cork. And it was great. And I used to make 2 or 3 every retreat, and they were wonderful.
So I would say you can stitch cork anywhere you would put fabric in a bag. Yeah. We tend to use it more on the bottom because it's pretty sturdy and it's pretty thick. But really, you can add cork in. I wouldn't put it on a quilt. I wouldn't put it on anything that needs to be washed routinely. But it's great for bags. Yeah.
But like I said, I've made coasters, key rings, a lot of things you can make. And I have some books that show bags. And I think it's, I'm trying to remember what, Sally Tomato.
Yeah, it does a lot.
It does a lot with cork. And so you can look them up. And I think they have a Facebook group and everything, and that's where I've gotten a lot of my cork. And actually, this cork, which I was going to show you this time, it turns out I showed you last time, this cork is from Sally Tomato. Yeah. So it's available in quilt shops and everything. And it's...
and you have a lot of fun working with it.
I was going to say, it's fun to work with. It's easy. I've never had an issue. I've sewn on my machine, my sewing machine with it, and I do a lot with the embroidery machine. A lot. I've made like 65 key rings.
And hundreds of coasters.
And tons of coasters, yeah.
Okay, and then Carrie asked where the Halloween wall hanger came from that I showed in the last episode with my finish from Primrose Cottage. It's actually called This Is Halloween. I think I called it Trick or Treat, but it's called This Is Halloween. And it came from Ackfeld Manufacturing. They make all kinds of hangers. So you can just Google them and you'll find their website. They have lots of hangers in different sizes. Yeah, great stuff.
And again, a lot of the quilt shops carry them.
Yes.
So if you're near a quilt shop, you can, and the cross-stitch stores too sometimes. So if you're near, you can find them there. And it's Ackfeld. Yeah. So definitely look them up. And you can order directly from them as well as getting it in a store. Yeah. Because I think that's how I got yours. I think I ordered it directly.
I've ordered directly from them as well. Yeah. Okay, shall we get into some whips?
Yep.
I have 4. You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay, the first one is 324, Works by ABC. Oh. And this time I got to move the scroll bars. Ooh. So the first section is completely done. I had to fill in holes, and our friend Karen had sent me threads to fill in for the numbers I didn't have, and then I started down here. And Karen, you can see I'm gonna need some threads here because I'm missing a bunch. I'm trying to go row by row. I originally told you guys I was gonna start over here and come this way, but my brain just didn't want to work that way to count backwards for me. No. So I started down this way. I'll go across, and then there's 2 more pages at the bottom. So,
really?
Yeah. So that's where we are with 324.
Wow, that looks great.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I had a hard time putting it down, but I was ready to start a new project. And I have all my colors pulled for it. I may
Pretty
dig through
colors.
yours after we film and see
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have some of the ones I'm missing. So that's my first whip.
Oh, I think this is a new start. I didn't start it before, did I? I can't remember.
You did, and you've restarted it.
Oh, that's right.
The fabric
Okay.
was the wrong
All right,
size.
so this is a new start. This is At Our House by Lizzie Kate. And again, I love words. And I started it a week ago, Friday. And this is where I am. I took it out of the hoop because I don't leave it in the hoop when I'm not stitching, but I'm basically halfway done.
It looks great.
And it's so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
I did have to order some more of the brown floss because what I had, I ran out. But that came, and I love doing it. And I actually stayed up the other night till 1:30, and last night till 1 o'clock.
That would be a pretty bell pull.
That's what I was thinking. I might do a bell pull rather
You
than
should
framing
go on
it.
Ackfeld and look for a nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have a house
Oh, that'd be
bell
cute.
pull.
I'll
That
have
would
to
be
look and
really
see.
cute. Or a heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that or witch elt. They also,
Okay.
the two of them. That would be a possibility. Yeah.
My next whip is Kaleidoscope by Yasmin's Made with Love. And I'm stitching this as a stitch along with Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares.
I love that one.
Yeah, I love it too. I'm
got letters.
stitching it on 40 count butter with the called for DMC threads. And I just worked on it for a couple days. I don't need that because it's doubled.
Okay.
And I got this motif done. Let's see. I think actually I got some of this, maybe all of this done, and this motif. So it's coming along well. And I'll go down and do the next kind of, what is it, an octagon? Yeah, the next octagon, and then the flower on the other side.
It's really pretty.
The yellow that's in this one is really close to the color of the fabric, and that also will be a letter. So I'm not sure if it's going to work as a letter, but I think it works okay in that flower. So
as long as it's surrounded by other stuff, it's fine.
Yeah, when
But
it's there, I think it's okay.
standalone, I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll see. I may have to make an adjustment
yeah.
on that letter, but that's
You could do that, or you could always do a couple of shades darker and outline it.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that would
So
work.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Okay, then I sort of have a finish. This is Let's Talk Stitching, which I have mentioned I've been working on. And after I think we filmed last time, I really got on it. And I really did well. So here it is. It's still in the hoop because I have to do a few specialty stitches. But other than that, it's done.
That looks great.
And it was so much fun. And I used, that's 28 count slate. And I used sulky threads. I'm substituting one or two with DMC because I don't have a sulky comparable to it. Okay. But other than that, yeah, it's is it crooked?
That's great. Well, it's just in the frame that way.
Oh, that's why it's okay. So I'm really pleased, and I had put it aside. I don't know. I was struggling with the color and everything, and then once I sat under a good light with it, it was fine. It was fine. Yeah, it looks.
So
really
I
good.
stitched this as well, and our goal
is to
finish them together to make the bags.
do the bag. See, we're going to do the bag.
Yeah.
And I have the fabric for that. I think I got it for Christmas last year.
We should target to do that over the holidays.
That would
when
be
I'm
nice.
off work for a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good.
My next one is a new start. I've been kind of itching for some fall stuff, so I went through all of my charts. I had a Saturday morning chat with Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares, and I did like a mini kit parade with her of all the things I had kitted up, and as I did it, I was like, no, I don't want to start that now. I might want to start that. And this is where we wound up. Oh no, that's not true. I already had this one upstairs. So this is Gathering Acorns by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is a little bit older chart from 2021, but I have always liked this squirrel. We live with a bunch of trees behind our house and watch the squirrels play all the time. I might have named them during COVID. My kids might think I'm crazy, but Oh well. And I got a good start on this. When I started, I didn't have the color that's the whole squirrel's body. So I did a lot of outlining, and the other night I started to fill in. Actually, that was nice, kind of mindless stitching.
Yeah.
When I got home the other night and I was kind of tired. So that is on 36 count vanilla latte from Be Stitch Me. And I think this is my first time stitching on Be Stitch Me fabric, and I like it. It's really soft, and it's not a super tight weave. You know, some of them at 36 count, it's sometimes a little bit of a question how tight.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this with one strand of the called for threads, which are all DMCs except for the fill-in of the squirrel, which is Gentle Arts maple syrup. So I'm coming along on that one. I'll just keep working on it as I feel like it. It'll be, again, a good one to pick up and do that fill-in when I don't feel like thinking hard or counting.
In a group or something, you can stitch and not pay attention.
Yeah.
The other thing is, can I say you're an alpha gam?
Yeah.
And their mascot is a squirrel. So Barb, if you're watching, I hope you have this one. If not, we can certainly order it for you.
Yeah.
One of the, I hope she's a viewer. I think she is. Comes in the shop. She's an alpha gam, and she does a lot of squirrel pieces. So
yes.
I hope you have this one, Barb. If not, let me know. Okay, I think I showed you the last time that I was working on Give Thanks, the freebie for November from Primrose Cottage, and ta-da, it's done. I finished it, and I finished this before I started at our house, I believe. I might have been working on them both at the same. No, I was working on the hands-on design one. So this is done, and I think I showed you I have the finishing kit, which I had hoped to have finished by the time we filmed today, but no.
It's okay.
It's fine. And that was stitched on 28 count wheat Lugana using Weeks and Classic Colorworks or sampler threads.
Called for.
I think they're called for, or maybe I subbed some. No, I did, because you commented on my color of my pumpkin, and I used I used terracotta.
That's
which
a
was
great color.
Yeah, and I just
terracotta.
pulled it. You know, I pretty much pulled stuff out of I've got
Stash.
tons of floss.
Yeah.
There's no reason to buy more, although I did. But what can I say? What can I say? So that's the extent of my stitching, because I've also been working on a quilt.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have one more whip. Ooh. Another new start. So this is Autumn Lane Stitchery, Give Thanks. This is the one I picked after showing Michelle all my stuff that was kitted up. I've had this kitted up for over a year, I think. Helen D stitched it, and I loved it. And I think I actually already had it when she started it. And you can see, again, long nights, long days, little stitching time. So I literally stopped mid-stitch on this one as well. But that's a couple days of stitching and 1 day of unstitching to make the turkey feather in the right place. But that's the turkey in the middle. And then I'll move along from there. And this is nice to work on. I'm missing a color. I thought I bought it last week, but I picked up the wrong number. So I came home with a bright blue, and I was like, I don't know where this goes in that piece. It doesn't. So I'm gonna raid your floss and see if you have that one, so that I can keep going. Yeah, or head back to Persnickety and trade it out. So those were my whips for the last couple of weeks.
Finishes. I have no FFOs. But...
I do.
Oh.
I didn't have a lot of FFO time, but I made good use of what I did.
Oh.
So the first thing I did is I finished this ornament, which I stitched earlier this year. It's called Truly Endless Knot 2, and it was from one of the Just Cross Stitch magazines, and I'm sorry I don't remember which one. If you really, really want to know, let me know, and I'll look it up. But I stitched it earlier this year. You could also go back, because I'm sure I showed you the magazine when I stitched it. It is all my own colors. I picked different colors because I am giving this as a gift to someone, and these are their colors. And I finished it as a flat ornament with some really fun jewelry fabric. I don't know when and where I bought that.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, That was fun. And then I put the Lady Dot Rick Rack around the sides. And the only thing, Aileen's glue is supposed to dry clear, but I kind of have a little glop of it up here that I'm not real thrilled with.
Oh.
So,
but yeah.
It's okay. Once it's on a tree,
yeah,
it won't be noticed. But yeah, I don't know if I was too heavy-handed in the glue or it splotched out or what, but I got that one finished and I'm pretty happy with it.
Aggravating.
So that, well, I have 3, so I'm up to 23 finishes for the year for those who are keeping count. The next one, I have stitched the spring and autumn Mad for Plaid pieces, and I've been working on the finishing piece. I decided to do mine in a dark navy, and I finished it. And here's spring. And so I just finished this on some fabric I had in my stash. I realized after I glued it that I should have done it on point so that it would be, you know, cuter. But still, I think it looks good. I'm happy with it.
How would you do it on point?
Well, I would cut the fabric so it would be diagonal. So you'll see.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
because the next one I was smarter. This one doesn't have the washer on it yet, but it will after we film today. I didn't want to bring it with glue. So I also finished autumn, and that's what I mean by on point.
Yeah,
so that
you put it on
the check goes on an angle. So I also finished autumn. That will go in the same spot right there.
Cute.
And I'm really happy with these two. I need to work on like what little tchotchkes I'm gonna put in the tray, but I'm really happy. That's tray is from Chantel's 141.
Yeah.
Her instructions were very good. I didn't read them well. So I did things in a little different order than she recommends, but it still worked out fine. So those are my 3 FFOs.
And you painted that because it didn't come painted.
Correct. I painted it, and then you buy an acrylic spray that you spray over it to kind of make it not dull. And they only had a big can, so when you do yours, just let me know. I'll bring you the acrylic spray because I have enough for like many pieces.
Okay, good.
So now I'm up to 23 FFOs for the year. We'll see if I get to my goal of 30. And Whip Go.
Are you done?
No. I had, for November, do an ornament FFO. So this knocks off my finish for November. My other November piece is wool embroidery. We'll see. I might pull something out and bring it on Thanksgiving. That's a good thing. I don't need a super big light.
Right.
So yeah, so I might do some wool embroidery in November. And then I didn't do either of my marches. And in December, I'll have Stitch a Series piece and FFO a 2023 Stitch. And I expect I'll get both of them done. So we'll see if I come back to the March ones. It was embroidery and work on a quilt or bag kit. So we'll see if I get those done. If not, that's okay.
A bag, a kit might count if we do the hands-on design.
Oh, that would count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have the fabric for it, so it's really kind of a kit.
It is a kitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll get that after all.
Yeah.
And I have several bags kitted up to work on. Even if I only get to 23 out of 25, it's
pretty darn good.
Successful year. So there's my Whip Go board. I got this printout from the Naptime Stitcher on Etsy. And when you buy it, there's several different variations. I was explaining with Go to someone last weekend at the stitching group we went to. And it's just very fun. This one has bobbins on it. Another one has like pins and needles. They're very cute. So I'm really happy with the progress that I've made. So that's all my stitching.
Okay, sorry.
What's next?
Next is
Haul?
quilting. Well, Haul and Happy Mail.
Yeah.
There was some Happy Mail for Jenna, but she's not home till Monday.
Yes.
And so I didn't pay attention. I opened it, but I didn't look at it. And so I wrapped it back up. Thank you.
And she'll get it.
Who's it? Susan?
From Karen.
Karen. Thank you, Karen. And I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. My husband came in and said, "This is for you." And so I opened it. And then as I was opening, I thought, that says Jenna on there. So
we'll give it
she'll
to her
get
when
it.
she
She'll
gets
get
home.
it when she gets home.
Yeah.
So, and I know she'll like it. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Sorry. Didn't mean to open it.
My only haul was thread that went into the projects you've already seen.
Okay. My haul. My quilt bee went out to the quilt store in Avon. It's been there a while, but they just moved into a new building and it's big. And so they had fabric that I wasn't going to buy. A lot of fabric, but I did.
What's the name of the store?
Love It Sew, S-E-W.
Love It Sew.
S-E-W.
In Avon.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is from Primitive Gatherings, and I know you're going to be shocked. It's the Snowman Gathering. Isn't that adorable?
That's cute.
And I have a table runner that I want to make, and it's got some great colors in it.
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All blues
so then I bought
whites.
this as the companion fabric because it needed a border. So that's part of the line.
Perfect.
And then they were just sitting there and they said, I want to go with you. So
you should make yourself a project bag with those.
That's what I plan to do.
Yeah.
That's what I plan to do. So I have that. And then I think last month I showed you this pattern that I bought. And I don't have a lot of neutrals. So while I was out there, that was my main purpose in going. My main purpose was not to buy snowman fabric.
Her main purpose was shopping. Who are we kidding?
And so I wound up with all these neutrals.
Nice.
So yeah, I just picked up fat quarters. That's all I need. So I figured between Jennifer's stash.
Oh, you have tons of greens.
I know.
In your closet.
I know I've got a lot of green, but I don't have the neutrals.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to do is I'll ask people in my B if they will bring me just a strip. I'll figure out what I think it's like 2.5 inches probably, and ask them just to bring me a strip of a neutral.
Perfect.
So between you guys, them and you and Stephanie and stuff, I should be fine.
Oh, you'll be
getting
fine.
my neutrals.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was in the ornament book, the Christmas ornaments this year, they had some blocks done on perforated paper, and so.
You bought perforated paper?
Bought perforated paper.
All right.
So
good.
But I was really good. I do have fabric to make a quilt for Andrew. And I didn't really have a pattern picked out, but they had a fantastic collection of the small Villa Rosa patterns and stuff like that. And so I thought that would be perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my fabric with me next time and go through the patterns and figure out what I need to supplement. But I bought... It's a panel, but it's like 6 segments. It's not one big panel. And then I have 2 other colors that I picked out to go of companion.
Great.
So I made it another kind of fabric. But yeah, so we were going to go out on Thursday, but it was snowing and they were predicting the roads were going to be terrible. So we thought it wasn't worth the taking the risk. So we'll go out after Thanksgiving.
Good.
So yeah, so that was my haul.
Yeah.
That was really good. Sort of.
We still have one giveaway from our 60th episode, and that was not claimed. That was for the keyword pumpkin. I don't have my computer with me here today, so I didn't redraw, but I will redraw, and I'll put it in here. So everybody look up and see if this is your name. And if this is your name here, please send us an email to tallstitchers@gmail.com, and we will get the pumpkin bundle of patterns out to you.
Yes.
Quilting. Well, I sewed the sleeve on this so that it would hang.
Okay, good.
And I worked on my trees for my reindeer quilt. I'll try and remember to put in a picture of them, but I've finished all but one tree. Maybe I'll get the last tree done this weekend. If not, I'll do it over Thanksgiving. And then I'll have all the parts ready to assemble it.
Oh,
and again, my goal is to have that into an assembled quilt top by the end of the year. I'm not pushing to have it done, but assembled by the end of the year. Yeah. So I made good progress on that.
Make a note here.
Yeah. I haven't crocheted or embroidered at all. What have you been doing outside of stitching?
Well, can you grab one of those chevrons?
Yep.
I am working on the wall hanging for my daughter-in-law, and I was hoping to get it done so she could take it home with her, but I don't think it's going to get quite there. I did a lot of extra cutting because somehow I misread the directions, and I have so many chevron pieces now. But this is this is one of the borders. And you can't really see it. Stand back there. You stand behind it so it shows. No, it doesn't show there on you because you've got the gray, solid gray on. Yeah. So I put all the chevrons together. I have the 4 borders, and then there's one outer border, which will be this fabric here. And so I just have to sew them on. And I finally got them together. But like I said, I misread, so I have a lot of chevron pieces. So I'm going to try and think of something else to do with all of them because I hate to waste the fabric. So hopefully that'll be done. If I get it done, she'll take it with her. But I don't think you'll have time to quilt it.
No, because I finished the quilt I had on the frame last
yeah.
time. I haven't bound it yet. You'll see that once I do. And I loaded another one on, which I haven't started.
Okay, you said you were going to finish that one. So
I
you
did
put
say
this
that,
one on.
and then I didn't.
Yeah,
touch
okay.
it.
So it won't be done for Susan to take home, most likely. And so maybe you'll get to see it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be pretty. It's really nice. I posted a picture on Instagram of the panel done with three borders. So, yeah, I'm working on it. And so I've spent a lot of time on that. And then we had a couple of doctor visits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everything seems to be okay. But it's just a busy time.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out everything out.
Absolutely.
And so.
Okay. Plans over the next few weeks. I'm going to get back down to one job. And learn my new job. I'm going to hopefully finish the quilt I have on the frame. Work on some FFOing. And stitch a lot.
Yeah.
I might pull out a wool embroidery. Yeah, that would be nice. I haven't done it much this year, so I have several things I could pull out and work
I
on.
have a kit that I ordered that Liz from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch was doing, and I thought that was so cute. That wouldn't take long, and I can work on it when I get my hip done. Well, that was a while ago,
or 3 years ago.
and it's still sitting there. But I came across it the other day, and I thought, oh, I need to do that because it's just a little tiny pillow that says joy. And so I keep looking at it as I'm frantically sewing chevrons together. But once I get that finished,
the quilt.
I've really been working on that and stitching the other one, which I want to do as a Christmas present. So I have been focusing on those.
And we both have to wrap presents because we're doing our holiday gift exchange with my brother and his family.
Well, some of us still have to order presents.
Some of us do. Also,
some of us did this morning.
Yeah. So we got to get ready for
everything.
Christmas right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but they're excited because my daughter-in-law loves. She's already started decorating, and she was like, "We can get the tree up before Christmas." I said, Thanksgiving. I said, "No. We can do it on Friday, but we're not putting it up before Thanksgiving."
Yeah.
So, and we're planning to go out to Turkey Run on Wednesday,
which is a state park,
and they're going to go hiking. And I thought, I'll take my stitching, and because
sit in the lodge.
I'll be in the lodge, and it was so funny. I texted Jennifer. I said, "They say it's going to be 40 degrees on Wednesday," and she's like, "Oh, maybe we won't go." And I told Andrew, and he said, "Oh, that's not bad."
So, who knows? We might still go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be fun.
Okay. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Our question for you this time is, how do you label your stitching? Do you put your initials on your piece? Do you put a card on the back? Do you date it? Do you do nothing? What about you?
Pretty much, I put my initials in the date.
Yeah, me too.
And
because she taught me to do that. Yeah.
And I haven't been great about it lately, but I've been trying to. And I showed you the snowman labels that my friend Paula gave me, and I showed them the last time. And I did cut one out, and I fused it on the quilt I did for Susan.
Oh, okay.
That was the snowman panel. So it's got a fused label on it because it's not going to be washed.
Right.
So I figured it would be fine.
That would be perfect.
And so I just put her name and my name and the year.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not so good about labeling my quilts. I always have good intentions. You make me a lot of labels, but I make more quilts than I get labeled. My stitching, it's funny, I'm looking at these 3 FFOs in front of me and I don't have initials for any of them.
No.
But usually I do put initials on. It's bigger pieces for sure.
Yeah.
I might not
some
do
of the
it
small
on ornaments.
pieces, no.
Yeah.
But the big pieces,
okay.
yes. Yeah.
So let us know about you, how you do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. If you're not,
happy Thursday.
Yeah. Happy Thursday. Go find some turkey in the deli and have some turkey.
Have a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, but no, we hope you have a good Thanksgiving. We hope it snows. A lot of people will kill me for that one. But yeah, I would love to see more snow.
Yeah.
That's the early snow we had this year, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And so we want to say thank you again for coming, for sticking around, for coming back. If you're new, we hope you come back and you hit the subscribe and the like button. And let me just mention that the person who did not respond to the giveaway, was a first-time viewer.
Yeah.
And she didn't come back. So be sure you come back.
Her loss.
Because, yeah, if you were a first-time viewer that episode,
Yeah.
you might be the person.
Yeah.
So be sure and check. But anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving. You can follow us on Instagram. She is at Jen Quilter. I am at Grand Stitches. You can, Quilting Mom's blog is Jennifer's. She does a summary every month of everything she's done. And she also does a book summary every year.
Yes,
Twice a year.
what I've
Twice a
read.
year.
Mhm.
What she's read. And I forwarded that to some friends who read all the time, and they're like, oh, wow, we got to look up some of these. So she reads good books. I read some books. I don't read as much as I'd like to because I spend too much time on my phone. But I'm trying to break that habit a little bit too.
Yes.
But anyway, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We hope you have a good next
Holiday.
few weeks, holiday.
Yeah.
And we will see you in 3 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.